Hey everybody, I am here with Amanda Page of Amanda-Page.com. She is one of my clients in my best-selling 6-week Persuade to Profit program for bloggers and business owners who want to learn how to know their markets better than they know themselves so that they can actually make some money. So thank you, Amanda, for coming on and sharing your experience being a part of the program with the audience.
Absolutely.
So first question, Amanda, where were you before actually joining Persuade to Profit? What was going on?
I was struggling to figure out what I was doing with my blog. I had a blog called Dream Beyond Debt for a couple of years where I documented my journey in paying off my student loan debt. And then once the student loan debt was paid off, I rebranded to my name and then just kind of struggled to figure out where I was going with it. I was still writing about personal finance and a little bit about financial independence and money mindset, but I was also working more and more on my creative work, and it just felt very divided. So when I sought out your help, I was literally in a house in Scotland thinking about doing writing retreats in Scotland and how do I get from here to there. And I had said to an artist friend there, I was like, how do I just like turn my blog into something where I can make money from my life? And then I remembered your influencer webinar, and then it went from there.
So how did the program actually help you start figuring that out? Because I remember when you came to me, it's basically exactly what you said, trying to get clarity around like, what's the model here? Like, what am I doing? Which way am I going? And I remember for you, a lot of it was like, do I stick to finance or do I go to this new thing? Are they the same thing? Are they not the same thing? There was a whole lot going on up here.
Really and truthfully. And I mean, one thing that helped was, I mean, you taught us that we don't have to figure it out ourselves. But in doing that, we also want to talk to our audience, but we don't want to overload them. And then we don't want to overload ourselves. So there was a lot of really great examples in, how to create surveys, what questions to ask. There's just a lot of really good specific instruction on how to talk to our audiences and get feedback that would bring us clarity.
So how did getting that feedback and that clarity help you move forward in the business and sort of create that path that you were looking for?
It helped me figure out what types of opt-ins to create. It helped me figure out how to send emails. You have excellent models in there on how to send emails. You don't have to send giant emails and offer something every day. You can send a short message that has impact. I really appreciated those models too. And just really, really being clear and concise with your audience and with what you're doing. So that was super helpful, definitely.
So what results have you gotten by joining this program and going through those modules and seeing those examples and getting that instruction from me?
Oh my goodness. So the results I've seen are, I'm super clear on my web copy now. I've been writing it out and what I want my about page to look like. I'm a little more clear on my Twitter feed, although I'm still balancing that personal and persona piece of that. And I'm also super excited to be featured in media now. I've learned how to be featured in the media and to get press, and that's been amazing because I'm working with a book proposal and I'm working toward getting some attention around that, and I'll have that before even the book is done, which is not something they teach at the writing conferences I go to.
No, they don't teach them how to market themselves. How quickly did you start getting media mentions? Because you got it pretty fast.
Oh, maybe in the first week.
Yeah.
I got my first one, and I mean, I was like, what is happening? This is amazing. Yeah.
And then I also remember, normally I walk you guys through, here's how to create one thing that you can sell. And I really push, like, let's start with the one thing to sell based on what your audience says they need. And I remember you sending me this like big email and you're like, do I have an offering here? Do I not have an offering here? And I was like, you don't just have like one offering, you literally have the whole suite that you need, right? In order to continue making money. I mean, this girl came up with like the main offering, the upsell, the downsell. I mean, she figured it all out based on what it was that her audience was telling her, and you didn't even know you'd done that.
I didn't, and I mean that was what was so helpful, is I needed that feedback because I couldn't see it myself. I mean, I sent you this email like, I've been talking to my audience, I'm doing all this stuff, I'm trying to cook this up. They said this thing, here's what I want to do, and I laid it all out in an email, and then I just could not see it. I thought it was chaos, and you're like, no, this is it. This is what you have it all here. And I desperately, that was super helpful in terms of gaining clarity. I was like, oh, I do have it figured out.
Yeah, because you didn't just come up with one way to make money. You came up with like 3 or 4 things you could sell to your audience and how they all worked together.
Yeah.
Which is huge. So you were able to gain that kind of clarity in a very short amount of time, because sometimes it takes a year, 2 years. It takes people a lot longer sometimes to do that. And you were able to basically get media mentions, figure out your whole funnel, and learn how to communicate with your audience in a matter of 6 weeks.
Yeah, and I have to say, I mean, some of that was, I mean, I have listened to every lesson in the program. I have listened to the social media one probably 4 times. I go back and listen again. Like it's really helpful too to have that lifetime access, because I'm going back to it and continuing to listen and learn. And I think that things will just become clearer and clearer as I listen again and again.
All right, Amanda, and that's why I give you guys lifetime access, because I'm like, listen, you're going to tweak, you're going to learn things, you're going to become better and better marketers and salespeople. So always make sure you can refer back to these lessons whenever you're making a tweak or a change. Or the other thing I tell people is you can repeat this process every time you're going to bring something new into the marketplace. Yeah. All right, Amanda, so tell the people where they can find you so they can follow you on your adventures and see your media mentions and your products when they're coming out, and your writing retreats all over the world. I already see it.
They can find me at amanda-page.com, and that's the actual dash. And then on Twitter and Instagram, I'm at Amanda-page, and that is dash spelled out because they don't let you have an actual dash on Twitter or Instagram. So.
All right, guys. So I will have links to everything below. I am currently enrolling for the next round. If you want to get results like the kind that Amanda has seen, and get them pretty quickly, because she's not the first client to get results really fast in a matter of 6 weeks, hit me up, and you can get all the information at amandaabea.com/persuade to profit. Thank you again, Amanda.
Thanks.